Frohawk slash braid style. I call this the hood hawk because it's a little bit fro and a little bit hood on the side. So anyhow, I'm going to teach you or tell you how I did it. Now, this was an inspiration from a natural mohawk, Frohawk that I saw online, but my hair is only about this short, and I'll show you a picture of that also. So I had to implement a little weave in the back and in the top. So, just to tell you, the first thing I did, I molded all my hair down, and I proceeded to use this hair, but then I began looking at the hair. It was first like this, if you can see, more jerry curl. So I combed it out and gave it this look, right? And then I proceeded to just track it in. Sorry about that. So I proceeded to just track it in. Now, this hair is just for Nubian twist, but I just used the track part instead of cutting it off like you would if you were doing Nubian twist. Here I cut it, and I began to just track it in, going up, 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 and then I got to about right here, and I started running out of hair. So as you can see, this is a different texture. If you can see in there, this black hair is actually this hair because I ran out of the first hair. And I went to the store, and this is all they had that was anything close to it. This is the Outre Batik Jerry Curl, but if you see, the texture is very soft, so it doesn't really get kinky. It just kind of frizzes up. So it wasn't really working out, and I knew it wasn't going to give me the look I wanted. So then I went to another beauty supply, found this hair, which is the Jerry Curl Afro hair. And so I did the same thing. I proceeded to pull it out to see if it would frizz or if it would actually get ferocious, as I call it, and it got ferocious. So as you can see, it kind of gets kinky when you pull it out, when you pull the curls out. So this brand is called Fashion Source, which is just a regular beauty supply brand that you can find at the beauty supply store. And it was about $10 for this, but it was still too long. So what I did was just cut it off, right? I don't want to cut it off because I might actually use it again, but just to show you, I just cut it off short, like this. So I think I have a piece here that was already cut. Oh, no, I don't have a piece that was cut, but I'll show you. Just to show you an example, I cut it off, and I just pulled it out, right? And it got this kind of a texture. As it gets older, it gets more and more kinky. It didn't start out this kinky, but now it's starting to get kinky, but at the same time kind of tangle. I could probably make it another week if I really wanted to, but my scalp is kind of starting to itch, so I'm going to take it out probably within the next couple of days. But you get a real kinky look. So when I finally reached this point, about right here, I started tracking it in like a bang, going straight forward. And that's what gave me this overall look. Now, if you look under here, you'll see my hair. It's very short, but I didn't have to blend it because I just let this fall over. But if you want to blend it so you can wear it up or back, then you can. And so that's what I did for the weave. And then, as you see on the side, these are braids, but not really, because I don't have any hair, if you see here. So what I did back home, where I'm from, the ghetto girls, or not even the ghetto girls, but the ghetto girls, they braid individual braids, and then they glue them on their hair, which is called quickweave braids, for people who just don't want regular braids or maybe just want to do something different. Instead of getting your actual hair braided, you braid the braids on a nail or a hairpin, and you get this, if you can see, result. And then once you get this result, as far as braiding the hair on a hairpin or a nail, you proceed to add glue down the braid, and then you glue the braid on your hair to create the illusion that you actually have braids, right? So that's because you want to get a closed braid leave this part too open, then it doesn't really get the effect of a real braid. So I'll show you real quick. Okay, so this is the hair I use. Basic black and gold Kanakalan hair in a variety of colors. Yeah, they do make hair in all these colors. They have red, they have green, they have yellow, they have pink, purple, orange, whatever color you want, they have it. So anyhow, this is just basic hair. And what I did, you can... Okay, because I'm going to show you real quick how to create the braid for the quickweave braid. It's very simple. You just take your doll head or any styrofoam if you don't have a doll head. Place the nail directly in their head. Trust me, it won't hurt them. And then you just, once the nail is there, take your hair, whatever color. This is red, but whatever color. And you just place it on top of the nail, like so. You can see, place it around the nail, and then just like you would if you were braiding someone's hair, you begin to wrap the hair around, split it into 3 sections, and then you're going to braid 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to braid it about 4 times. Right? Just to get it on there, you just braid 4 strokes down, and then you push the nail in all the way. You push the nail in to the head so that it's flat against the head. That's going to hold your braid securely and also close that starting point so that you don't end up with an open braid. That's the most important part. And then after that, you just proceed to braid down, just like you would if it was someone's real hair. You just braid it down. You can leave the ends out. You don't have to braid it to the tip ends, because most of the time you're either going to put it in some kind of a knot, Bantu knot, Chinese knot, or you're going to have the ends out. Normally you wouldn't have it braided all the way to the end, but you can if that's how you prefer to do it. And as you can see, it's still in the head. It's just braided down. Braided down. Right? So then you're just going to take the screw or nail and pull it straight out of her head. You're then going to turn it up. Don't do it like this, straight out. You want to turn it up where the pointed end is facing at the ceiling. You then slowly, with caution, don't just rip it off, because sometimes it gets stuck, pull it straight up. And as you can see, this is not 100% perfect, but it's still good. You want to make sure that that starting point is closed. If you can see that, it's closed. You don't want it real open and big, because when you try to lay it on your hair and glue it, you can tell that it's not a real braid. And the whole purpose is to create the illusion that you actually have your hair braided and not glued in. So the more closed this is, the better off you're going to be. And you're going to need quite a few of these. You're going to need at least about 30 of these just to get the process going, you know. And you don't have to do the mohawk in the middle. You can have your entire head with quickweave braids if that's what you prefer. So I'm going to go back and now show you how I glue them in.